Hi, I hope this finds you well. It's Carolina Grace. I have a little bit of a hoarse voice. Um, so I wanted to speak today about healing and the healing in our relational body and in our attachment system. As a new mom, I'm really very aware of how tender our new life is. As humans, we come into this world the most experience dependent, the most dependent on other humans. Horses come out, they jump to their feet and they can walk. We are very uncooked. We need almost another full trimester outside in the world to be held. And our brains and our attachment system and our emotional bodies and our hormonal system is all created in relationship with the mom that's being held, that's holding the baby. So it's very interesting because the more that we learn about this attachment research and this early childhood development, the more we see that our systems really don't support the development of the baby, because really ideally we would have a mom be fully cared for so that she could literally just take care of this baby, with a relaxed present nervous system and and yeah, not have to worry about making ends meet or getting back to um, a stressful life, or she wouldn't have so many pressures on her to get back. Um, so I see this as a therapist and the healing of our relational system, which is our attachment system, in terms of how worthiness and these are pre-verbal wounds of codependency, narcissism, excessive focus on the other, or losing yourself in relationship, um, yeah, people pleasing, and that there's so many different ways that this shows up. And yet, the most beautiful part of the human nervous system is the ability, the plasticity that is always there, to create and form new healing experiences in relationship. So I've been really noticing this in the healing of my relationships in this current chapter of my life with my son, as I get to breastfeed him, and we've chosen to not, well, we didn't totally choose it, actually. He chose it as well, but he doesn't really like the bottle. Um, he we feed him with my breast milk, and then he has solid food. Um, so I am the one that is feeding him, and um, we I've also noticed in my relationship with my husband the healing of my attachment system, that I've worked with directly in therapy and outside of therapy, because I really had the highest hope and the highest dream of having a secure relationship. So if that is your dream and your hope, there is always the possibility of continuing to workshop and heal this aspect of ourselves. So below, in this newsletter, you'll find some of the new offerings that I am doing with my husband and with myself, and also with another beloved couple in our community. The first is the women's dance. This month we will be working with healing the inner masculine and feminine. This is part of how we heal our attachment, is that we heal our relationship with self through inquiry, through embodiment, um, and through conscious attention. So come to the dance of wholeness this Monday, Details below. The second is we're calling it a co-ed salon. It's called The Power of We, and this will be experiential based relational healing, and how to up-level our communication, our co-regulation, and connection in relationships, in our intimate relationships. And then the third is a couple's day-long retreat that my husband and I are so excited to be putting on, called the Dance of Relationship, in mid-January. This is for couples and for singles. We will be partnering the singles up in different dyads, but this is a chance to go deeper in with experientials and how to learn about ourselves and each other, and how to stay in our bodies, and how to be trauma informed, and how to listen and speak in a way that is able to be heard and received, and how to tend to the space between us. I know that war can live in all of our nervous systems. The body does keep the score. We've been a warring people. As a mom, I'm so in shock still that we are still at war, and yet I understand how much healing is required for us to heal, create tools for how to conflict resolution, how to come to conflict resolution, how to have healthy conflict that doesn't escalate into war. And I send a prayer out to the healing of our nervous systems, to the ending of war on the planet, and to all of those affected in the conflict and the war in Gaza, and the children and the mothers, and gosh, may we wake up to remember that we are all precious humans, and that human life is so precious. Gosh, so yeah, sending a blessing out there for the healing of all who've been touched by this, and this is all of us, and for the ending of war, the compassion of the heart. So I hope this finds you well. I hope you have a beautiful day, and thank you for taking this time to listen.